Well, the twists just keep coming. Two more people are linked to the mysterious web of dead or missing American scientists and researchers, bringing the total number to 13. The FBI is now reviewing the death of...
It may actually be 15 and not 13, but we'll talk about the other two in a second.
NASA nuclear engineer Joshua LeBlanc, who was killed in a fiery car crash last July after he went missing without his phone and wallet. Also under review and newer scrutiny tonight is the death of David Wilcock, a paranormal UFO researcher and writer whose death was ruled a suicide. We're also learning that several scientists from China have also turned up dead, too. Joining me now is NewsNation national security contributor Tracy Walder. Great to see you, Tracy. So let's start with the 13 American cases. Joshua LeBlanc didn't have a phone and a wallet. Very strange, like some of the others who have gone missing. On top of that fact, all 13 worked in related fields. To a lot of people watching, these may be obvious connections, government work, maybe secret clearances, but no agency that any of them worked for has definitively said that they are connected. So from an investigative perspective, what are we missing here?
Somebody said they may be hiding out. That might answer a lot of questions too, because if I was a scientist and all of my colleagues are showing up dead everywhere, I definitely would try to go into hiding. So yeah, somebody said that in the chat, and that makes a lot of sense, because I don't know what I would do, where I would go, but I would possibly go into hiding. So yes, some of these people are probably just hiding out somewhere that nobody knows where they are. So that makes a lot of sense.
Well, thank you.
Make sure to hit the like button, and drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at.
Thank you so much for having me, Katie. I think the key in this case is what they didn't leave their home with, right? You mentioned before that really all of them, particularly the ones that are still, I guess, considered to be missing, all left home without their essential personal effects. So things like keys, wallets, that kind of thing. And so I think that's key. It is true. Most of the agencies have said that none of them were working on that exact same project, but I think they don't have a choice in this investigation to go to all of these agencies and figure out exactly what it was that each of them are doing. And unfortunately, that's going to take some time, which isn't great when you have some people who are still missing.
So on that point, the people on the list there's a range of what they did and where they worked. A retired Air Force general, NASA lab director. Is it normal for the government not to know what's happening with such high profile people, or there are enough people working inside these agencies with these types of jobs and security clearances that maybe they wouldn't think twice about something happening to them just in the realm of life after they either left their job or maybe just went out for a walk?
I think it's the latter.
Went out for a walk and don't come back.
In these agencies, and even at the CIA when I worked there, we don't necessarily know always what the other person is doing, simply because the clearances we have are all compartmentalized, right? And so I think that's part of the problem too, is that they don't all know what they were doing. And the government, quite frankly, doesn't know. The FBI doesn't even have clearance to what some of these individuals are doing. They're going to have to be read into that. And I think...
Thank you, Tamara.
That's going to be problematic.
So China, of course, is no stranger to having their scientists go missing or disappear or end up dead.
Wait, what? So it's just normal over there for their scientists to go missing?
The Wuhan lab researcher who was labeled patient zero after the COVID-19 outbreak disappeared, was never found, typical of China's Communist Party behavior. But is it possible, we've heard this from a number of congressmen, that there could be a national security implication here, that this could be some kind of tit for tat between the U.S. and China, or is that taking it a step too far?
All right, so let's go here.
Number 13, and Joshua LeBlanc was...
Hold on, let me start right here.
Another person who is connected to nuclear propulsion has been found dead. This makes it number 13. And Joshua LeBlanc was found dead in a burnt up Tesla in Alabama, of all places. And
let me say something about Teslas. I think they are unaliving people using Teslas. There's no way in hell I would ever buy a Tesla. Tesla is owned by this, you know who, and they're connected on a database that, or a mainframe that no other car is. I'm quite sure if, for example, if I made a video about Elon Musk, or I made 30 videos about Elon Musk, and I drove a Tesla, I'm quite sure my Tesla is on their database, and they can literally hit a button and cause that Tesla to run off a cliff by just hitting a button. Like, there's no way in hell I would buy a Tesla and actually drive it, because it's on a mainframe. All they got, they can control the steering. They can make it like catch on fire. Like, it's so many times where I've heard that the Tesla won't even let you out of the car. Like, you can't open the door because everything is computerized. There's no way in hell.
And it's suspicious that Amy Eskridge, who was also linked to Alabama, was also linked to nuclear science in the propulsion industry, was found dead too. Now,
is something going on in Alabama for sure involving these scientists.
Of course, the FBI is supposedly launching this investigation to see if there are any links between all of these missing or dead scientists or engineers, but it is looking very suspicious that each and every one of these people have some sort of a connection to one another, and they have a connection to NASA, or they have a connection to propulsion, nuclear science. Don't you find that suspicious? Because I find that suspicious. There's no way that all of these could be a coincidence. There must be some sort of connection. But what is the connection, and who is taking care of these people if this is happening on purpose? Now, of course, all of this is allegedly, because I don't want anyone to take this video down. There's no misinformation here. This is alleged.
Yes. They have cameras all around them. So there's cameras filming you and cameras filming everywhere you are. So a person can literally tap in to the computers on your Tesla. And if you're like, say you're in California and you're riding up a mountain or something, the cameras can show that if the car veers over to the left, it'll go over the mountain. So not only can they control your steering wheel, they can see where you are. So when they make your steering wheel go this way, they know you'll go off a mountain. Like, there's no way in hell. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna this right here. I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna get back to her in a second, because she's gonna talk about number 14, person number 14 and number 15.
Is I just look at the tradecraft that I know China works when I worked Chinese counterintelligence and when I worked nuclear weapons. I think the issue is that's not typically how our espionage tradecraft works. We want people alive, and we want people to have access to current information. If you look at McCaslin, you know, he's been retired for quite some time.
Right.
This is absolutely crazy. The FBI confirmed yesterday they are looking into a growing list of missing or no longer alive scientists and researchers. Let me tell you about 11 of them. Amy Eskridge was from Huntsville, Alabama. She was a propulsion researcher and president
Alabama
of the Institute for Exotic Science. She reportedly passed away in 2022 from a self-inflicted wound. Michael David Hicks was from Sunland, California, former research scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, where he studied comets and asteroids. He passed away in July 2023 at 59 years old. Public memorials confirm his long JPL career, but I have not found a confirmed cause of his passing. Frank Mywald was from Los Angeles, California. He was a principal researcher at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California. He passed away in July 2024. I have not seen a publicly confirmed cause of his passing. Anthony Chavez was from Los Alamos, New Mexico. He was a former Los Alamos National Laboratory employee. He was reported missing in May 2025 after vanishing from his home. Reports say that he left his wallet, keys, and personal items, and his car was still in the driveway. Monica Reza was from Pasadena, California. She was the Director of Materials Processing at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
Okay, let's stop right here. The other woman said that a lot of these scientists are leaving their keys, their ID, their passports, and their cars behind. It almost sounds like an adult version of the Weapons movie, where, because I'm never leaving my house without my wallet, my money, and my keys. Like, how do I leave my house without my keys? I need my keys to drive the car or lock the door or whatever. So when you just think about somebody leaving the house without the normal things that an adult will leave the house with, even if you're going for a walk or you're jogging, you're going to carry either your keys or your wallet, or your keys and your wallet. So what if, well, first, how many of you, put a 1 in the chat if you watched the movie Weapons? Put a 1 in the chat if you watched the movie Weapons. Because what if there's something embedded in their necks, their brains, or something that would go off that would cause them to just simply just get up and just walk out the house? And I don't know. But this is sounding like an episode of the Weapons movie, because they're leaving without their wallets and keys. Put a 1 in the chat if you watched the movie Weapons.
By 2024, I have not seen a publicly confirmed cause of his passing. Anthony Chavez was from Los Alamos, New Mexico. He was a former Los Alamos National Laboratory employee. He was reported missing in May 2025 after vanishing from his home. Reports say that he left his wallet, keys, and personal items, and his car was still in the driveway.
See? It's multiple people who leave all of their belongings behind. Like, adults don't do that. So the only thing that I can think of is something is controlling them that's making them go somewhere. And but have y'all seen the movie Weapons? Because I think I got the movie Weapon. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Did y'all ever see the movie Weapons? Yes or no? I'll worry about that in a second, but there's a conversation to be had about the movie Weapons then, if that's the case.
Monica Reza was from Pasadena, California. She was the director of materials processing at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. She went missing in June 2025 while hiking in the Angeles National Forest in Los Angeles County. She was with 2 companions and then disappeared. Melissa Casillas was from Talpa, New Mexico, administrative worker at Los Alamos National Laboratory in Los Alamos, New Mexico. She has been missing since June 2025. She was last seen walking along Highway 518 in Talpa. Stephen Garcia was from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He was a government contractor at a New Mexico facility for the Kansas City National Security Campus. He was last seen in August 2025, leaving his Albuquerque home on foot. Reports say that he had a weapon, and police warned he may have been a danger to himself. Nuno Loureiro was from Cambridge, Massachusetts. He was the director of MIT's Plasma Science and Fusion Center. He passed away in December 2025 after being shot. His passing was a homicide, and it was at the hands, allegedly, of a physicist. We can go into that more in a part 2 if you want, but let's keep going. Jason Thomas from Wakefield, Massachusetts, pharmaceutical researcher. He went missing in late 2025. He was found no longer alive in March 2026. Officials said they did not suspect foul play. Carl Grillmar from Llano, California, was a Caltech astrophysicist who worked on NASA's NEOWISE and NASA's NEO Surveyor missions. He passed away in February 2026 after being shot. Authorities later arrested a suspect. William Neal McCaslin from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's a retired U.S. Air Force Major General. He has been missing since February 27th, 2026.
So a lot of these situations are different. So they're not the same, but some of you said you never heard of the movie Weapons. Let me see if I can show you where the hell is it? All right, check this out. And y'all let me know if I'm crazy. Check this out.
While the movie might seem like just another horror movie, once you understand what the movie is really about.
So this is a movie, Weapons. And in the movie, I think a classroom full of kids mysteriously disappeared. And there's no signs of forced entry in any of the, I think the 60 kids' houses or whatever. They just disappeared in the night. Kind of like what's going on with some of these scientists, not all of them, because some of the scientists are getting shot or whatever, but the ones that are just walking out of their houses. Listen to this. This is kind of like a kid's version of what some of the scientists are going through. Listen, and y'all let me know if I'm crazy.
While the movie might seem like just another horror movie, once you understand what the movie is really about, you will see why it's much deeper than that. On the surface, the movie is about the witch Aunt Gladys, who goes to Alex's family's house to do a soul harvesting ritual on the parents to steal their youth. But since they're full-grown adults, it doesn't work. So instead, she uses Alex to put all the students in his class under that harvesting spell. She then uses an occult ritual to steal the youth from the children. What the movie is actually about is the truth on why so many children go missing every year, and how it's all connected to witchcraft rituals. The movie is also deeply connected to Trevor Moore's death, and I will explain why in just a moment. But first, let's unpack everything the movie was revealing. At the beginning of the movie, the child who is narrating the story tells us that this story is based on a true story. While she was referring to the story that takes place inside of the world of the movie, I saw this as being a literal message, telling us that this movie is based on real situations that are happening in real life. We will see more examples of this throughout this breakdown. We also need to talk about the ritual Aunt Gladys uses to control people and steal their youth. In the movie, she is seen doing a strange ritual using a stick and this bell with this inverted triangle symbol on it, along with the number 6. Clearly, this is a reference to the magical system of alchemy.
And as you can see, she's able to control adults along with children. So you may not believe in this, and that's okay. I'm just theorizing and pontificating right now. So this little bell and this stick. So I'm not into this stuff, but I'm just sharing information because I don't want y'all thinking I'm crazy.
In the movie, she is seen doing a strange ritual using a stick and this bell with this inverted triangle symbol on it, along with the number 6. Clearly, this is a reference to the magical system of alchemy. The inverted triangle is a symbol in alchemy and also in other occult groups, indicating this occult witchcraft is inspired by real occult rituals. This occult ritual utilizes an object that belongs to the person they are trying to affect with the magic, and it also requires the blood of the caster, which would make this a...
Uh-oh, what happened? Why did it stop? Okay, we can keep going. I got more on this. I don't know why it stopped. Okay. But that gives you an understanding of what may possibly be happening. I'm gonna find the rest of it because I did a whole live stream about this, but I'll come back to that in a second. I didn't know it was gonna stop abruptly like that.
He left his home in Albuquerque on foot. He left without his phone, and a silver alert has been issued. Probably just...
A silver alert is for old people. So a silver alert is an older person has lost their mental function and they have Alzheimer's or dementia or something. That's what a silver alert is.
Coincidences, right?
But what do y'all think about the Weapons movie? Do y'all think that could be a part of this? Yes or no in the chat. Say yes or no in the comments.
Right. Well, the FBI is looking into it. Congress has demanded briefs, and we should find something out in the coming weeks, supposedly. Let me know your thoughts. I have been talking a lot about missing William Neal McCaslin. My mind is now blown. If you want a part 2 going into deeper details of these people, things that they said in interviews, let me know. I would be more than happy to do that. I was so excited to make this video. I woke up early this morning, which is not something I do. This is highly interesting. Let me know what you think.
And I'm going to break down the story and give you my point of view on it. All right. So as of April 2026, 11 or 12 scientists linked to nuclear, aerospace, or defense work have died or disappeared. FBI says that it is looking for possible connections, and NASA, Congress, the White House have all turned over this investigation to federal investigation bodies like the FBI, which I don't fully trust. I don't trust any of them. Having
everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the like button.
worked for the government for 28 years. I don't trust a thing the government says or does, because they may be the ones behind this. But I want to name all of the people who have disappeared and died, and then at the end talk about what I believe the connection is. I haven't seen anybody else connect this, but I, being an insider and having worked in the aerospace and the military theaters for 28 years, I have a little bit more skin in this game. All right, so it goes all the way back to June 11th, 2022. Amy Eskridge was perhaps the most outspoken of having been followed, threatened, and came out several times saying, you know, she wasn't suicidal and stuff, the same kind of thing that I said at the beginning. So Amy Eskridge was 34 years old. She's a researcher in experimental propulsion, anti-gravity, some stuff with 0-point energy, and she co-founded a research tank. She was found with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound June 11th, 2022. So it goes back that far.
And you got to remember, these are some of the most brilliant people on the planet. Nuclear and space propulsion stuff. These aren't drug addicts, stupid, dumb people. These are the most brilliant people on the planet. So something happened to these people.
On July 30th, 2023, Michael David Hicks, 59 years old, he was a physicist at NASA Propulsion Lab, was found dead, and no public cause of death had been given. A lot of times families don't put out public cause of death if it's ruled a suicide. So remember that, because on July 4th, 2024, Frank Maywald, 61, was a researcher at the same NASA lab as Michael David Hicks, also was found dead. No official cause of death was given publicly. On May the 4th, so those three were found with what I believe suicide.
Can you stop saying that word, sir? Damn.
Suicide.
Stop saying the word, buddy. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I'm sorry. On May the 4th, 2025, Anthony Chavez, 78 years old, was a former employee at Los Alamos National Laboratory. It didn't say what he did there, because that's one of the most secret labs in the United States, Los Alamos. He disappeared May the 4th, 2025, has never been seen again. On June 22nd, 2025, just a few weeks later, Monica Jacinto Riza, 60, aerospace engineer at the same NASA lab as Frank and Michael.
Somebody in the chat said, that's why I quit being a scientist. Come on, man. That's not funny, man. Tell me that's why I quit being a scientist. Yo, y'all are hilarious. This is not a laughing matter, man. Stop.
Disappeared and hasn't been seen since.
And to the new people just coming in, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. To the new people that just came in, hit the like button, and also drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Where are the new people who just came in? Where y'all from? Or where y'all at?
On June the 26th, 2025, 4 days after Monica, Melissa Cassius, who was 53, disappeared. Hasn't been seen since. She was an administrative assistant at Los Alamos and has been connected with Anthony Chavez, who disappeared May the 4th of the same year. On August the 28th, 2025, Stephen Garcia, 48 years old, disappeared, not to have been seen again, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is, if you know anything about New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, like that kind of area in the United States Southwest, is a lot of military secret, like around, you know, Nevada, Area 51, all of that. A lot of the labs, the old nuclear test sites, the aerospace stuff, because there's not a lot of people in that area, and so it's very dry air. There's some elevation. It's like a perfect place to test, like create, build, test aerospace assets. Like all of the spy planes that we know about now, like SR-71 and stuff, were tested there. You know, it's a hotbed for. It's also a big hotbed for UFO activity. And we'll talk about that because that's one of the reasons why people think that maybe these people have disappeared. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me get through this list. All right, so that was August 28th, 2025. He also disappeared. He was armed. And other people who have disappeared were also said to be armed, which made me wonder if they were carrying, because I carry, because of these videos I do, I'm worried about, you know, watching my six, and I go around I carry. So
I carry regardless of what I do.
All right, December the 12th, 2025, Jason Thomas, 45 years old, was his body, well, he disappeared December.
And shout out to Elaine. Thank you for the super chat. And shout out to Jeff. Timothy Cunningham, a CDC scientist, had the exact fate in 2018, left everything behind. Yo, that's just crazy, man. Like, is something wrong with this stuff with the people just leaving everything behind? So I think I found the other video pertaining to weapons. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Hold on. Is this it? 258. So I think this is it right here.
Talk about the ritual Aunt Gladys uses to control people and steal their youth. In the movie, she is seen doing a strange ritual using a stick and this bell with this inverted triangle symbol on it, along with the number 6. Clearly, this is a reference to the magical system of alchemy. The inverted triangle is a symbol in alchemy and also in other occult groups, indicating this occult witchcraft is inspired by real occult rituals. This occult ritual utilizes an object that belongs to the person they are trying to affect with the magic, and it also requires the blood of the caster, which would make this a blood ritual just like we saw them utilizing in the Him movie. If you haven't seen the video I made on Him, make sure you watch it after this one. You're not.
And my daughter told me to watch the movie Him. So I need to watch the movie Him, H-I-M. I need to watch that movie also. Have y'all seen Him? So put a 1 in the chat y'all watched the movie Weapons, and put a 1 in the chat you watch Him. Like, I've never watched Him. I need to watch Him. Apparently it has something to do with weapons.
Going to want to miss it. The link would be in the description. This spell not only harvested the souls and stole their youth, but also forced a person under the spell to become zombie-like. Believe it or not, some people believe that they can use witchcraft to turn people into their zombie puppets, like the Haitian voodoo zombie spell. This is used to turn people into zombie slaves. The main purpose of putting the children under the spell was to steal their youth. We all know that children abductions are a huge problem all over the world, with hundreds of thousands of children going missing each year. I recently made a Patreon exclusive on the disappearance of 100 kids in Virginia in just 1 month. This movie to me explains why so many children are going missing. It tells us why these monsters are going after the children and what they're doing to so many of them. Coincidentally, they released a movie about a class full of children going missing around the same time 100 kids randomly go missing in Virginia.
What? Wait, Weapons was based on a true story? Hold on, quick commercial break. We're going to talk about this. I didn't know it was based on a true story.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions. Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
Just reminding everybody, or for the people who don't know, I have an amazing card game called the mother-daughter card game. It's like mother like daughter. A lot of women don't necessarily realize, or they try to run from the fact that to a certain degree they are in some type of way just like their mother. They came from their mother, and that's what this card game is for. to give women an understanding of like what their mother went through when they were young. So a lot of these questions in this card game, in the mother deck, and I got a daughter deck also, is helping the woman that's the mother, helping the mother kind of like open up about how she felt or what she went through when she herself was a single mom or was a mother, or, you know, why her and her father, her husband divorced, or, you know, stuff like that, right? So this card game gives a lot of daughters an understanding of what their mother was going through when she was a baby. So this card game is meant to help give everybody an understanding of the mother or the daughter's perspective, so we won't have so many issues. Because just like we're talking about all these children going missing and it's by voodoo or something, well, a lot of children go missing because they don't get along with their mothers and their fathers, right? So Mother's Day is coming up. So if you want a fun gift that would like make your mother smile, or that would bring your wife and her mother together, or bring you and your mother together, make sure to get this card game. Mother's Day is coming up. This is the perfect Mother's Day gift. And the link to buy the card game is in the chat and is pinned at the top of the chat. And in the comment section, just go to the top of the comment section, is pinned at the top of the comment section. Just click the link and get your card game. Get your mother-daughter card game, because Mother's Day is coming up and I'm going to sell out before Mother's Day. So get your card game now. I have people that done bought 7 card games so they can give them out to different people in their family. So people are buying multiple card games at a time. So get your card game before we sell out. All right, so let's go back to this.
We know they're after the children, and this is the very thing Gladys was showing us, showing that she was using occult rituals to harvest the souls and the youth of these children. We know that the elites did the same on Epstein's Island, and this is still going on to this very day.
Yeah.
This is what this movie is truly about. It's showing us the disturbing reality of the world, why that Epstein list will never come out. Now, like I said earlier, Zach Cregger was inspired to create this movie by Trevor Moore's death. You may be wondering in which way though. For starters, Zach admitted this himself during an interview. On top of this, he also released a movie on August 7th, the same day Trevor Moore died. August 7th, 2025 would have been the 4th year anniversary of his death. Zach also hit some Easter egg tributes that were directly intended to allude to the death of his good friend Trevor Moore. For instance, the scene that showed the principal and his partner eating 7 hot dogs was in reference to Trevor Moore. In this scene, Ann Gladys shows up and uses a ritual to force the principal to kill his partner. There's also another scene that's connected to Trevor. It's believed Trevor Moore died around 2:30 a.m. after mysteriously falling off his balcony. In the movie, Alex wakes up at 2:15 a.m. to find Ann Gladys doing a ritual to bring all the kids to the house. This is around the same time it's believed Trevor Moore mysteriously fell off his balcony. Now you may be wondering, what was the connection between these scenes and Trevor Moore's death?
So what he's saying is Trevor Moore died in some type of conjunction to this type of stuff also.
Why would Zach Cregger dedicate a movie about witchcraft and child abductions to his friend Trevor Moore? He released the movie on the 4th year anniversary of his death. Well, this is where things start to get eerie. If any of you have seen my Patreon exclusive video on Trevor Moore, you know exactly.
It stopped again. So it must be a part 3. I'll find that part 3, but let's keep going.
More scientists.
Hold on, let's back this up a little bit.
Allegedly, because I don't want anyone to take this video down. There's no misinformation here. This is alleged.
2 more scientists that worked with NASA have just died in a private plane crash. And this time it's a father and son, marking number 14 and 15 in the growing list that have recently vanished or been found dead. The father, James Moffat, spent 2 decades working for the military and directly with NASA before he moved on to advanced aerospace research. And his son, Andrew, was a research engineer and scientist that also worked with NASA and propulsion systems at the University of Alabama in Huntsville. Why does that sound familiar?
I'm in Huntsville, Alabama. I know I've said that several times. We're the Rocket City. We're the biggest steal you've never heard of. We won the space race here in Alabama, whether you've heard of it or not.
The whole Huntsville family was on board when the plane crashed for reasons unknown. And authorities are saying that the investigation is going to take about a year. If you're wondering how we went from number 12 on the list, David Wilcock, number 14 and number 15, Joshua LeBlanc, a NASA scientist that vanished last June, was found burned in his Tesla, marking number 13. Well, I don't know what's going on or why these scientists are being taken out, but what I do know is that it's not,
I don't know, coincidence, if you whatever you want to call it. But
as always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
So if you guys thought the missing and or deceased scientist fiasco was over, well, it's not. It's happening again. This is 29-year-old Joshua LeBlanc, who just last summer died in a car crash when his Tesla went off the road and burst into flames. And yes, you guessed it, he was a NASA nuclear engineer and scientist.
Don't forget that the CIA can take over your car's steering at any moment. Yeah, look up Vault 7. These are released CIA.
Look up this. Take a screenshot of this that is at the top of the screen and look this up for yourself. You see this at the top of the screen? Look this up yourself. It is a fact that the CIA can take over not all cars, but Teslas and BMWs, certain cars.
CIA documents.
Now this all went down in Huntsville, Alabama, aka Rocket City, which is the same place that this anti-gravity researcher, Amy Eskridge, was based, who was also on this list, and they said she unalived herself. Wait, hold up. A Tesla that burst into flames with somebody related to the government. I think I've seen this movie before. Remember that one time last year where that US Army Green Beret goes to the Trump Tower in Las Vegas in a Cybertruck and blows himself up? Well, this can't be related, right? Actually, yeah, it is. The Cybertruck bomber Matthew Livelsberger's manifesto was actually disclosed on the Sean Ryan show. And I quote, "What we've been seeing with drones is the operational use of gravitic propulsion systems powered by aircraft by most recently China in the East Coast." China, huh? Well, this isn't just an American problem, this is also happening in China, where scientists are mysteriously dying as well. What? Now their list is up to 9 people who all have a background in military AI tech, hypersonics, space defense, and drones. Very interesting. Now get this, out of these cases, 3 are car accidents, 3 are illness related, and the others are unexplained incidences? It really makes you wonder, has national security been breached with a long list of scientists? And now this. Andrew Hugg, who is the branch chief at the Nuclear and Chemical Surety in the US Army, was just fired for disclosing classified information on a date.
Damn, not on a date. Damn.
And I do find it pretty interesting that his background is nuclear and chemicals, like some of the scientists on the list, like Nuno Loureiro, who was a nuclear fusion scientist who was unalived during the Brown University incident. Now this whole thing was an undercover sting operation conducted by James O'Keefe. Then right after, he posts this, where he says, "The police just came to my office and confiscated all my firearms." He even posted this video where it shows his lawyer escorting law enforcement to show where the firearms were.
These scientists that have been unalived suspiciously, they knew they were being hunted. They knew the shit they were exposing would get them unalived.
I started it as a public-facing persona to disclose anti-gravity technology through, because I told Mark this. If you stick your neck out in public, at least someone notices if your head gets chopped off.
And what did David Wilcock say 2 days before he was unalived? Right after finding out his biographer was suspiciously unalived.
scientists are going missing. Now they're saying they're going to investigate this. The president himself is saying they're going to look into this and see if anything's going on. It's a little bit scary, I got to say. Anyway, it's a very exciting time to be alive, man. It's a very exciting time to be here on Earth.
Does that sound like a guy who's going to end his own life 2 days later?
Damn.
I don't think so. He's been saying this will probably happen to him for years. Years. And the Boulder police are saying that he was having mental health issues and turned the weapon on himself. I'm suspicious of that statement. I think it's time people go back and look at all the shit he was exposing before it's scrubbed from the internet. And all these other researchers. At least they're making the truth easier to find. So there's that. And as always, I am of sound mind and will not do that. Very exciting time to be alive.
Let's talk about Amy Eskridge, who apparently was found deceased. She's one of the 12 scientists. These 12 scientists, see, there's her right there. There's a 12th one today. But let's review some alleged evidence that might point to her being attacked. She was attacked by Dews, and a former British intelligence officer named Frank Milburn told News Nation that Eskridge claimed that she had been struck by direct energy weapons in fear for her life, and she was being targeted for her work in propulsion technology, and provided pictures of her discolored hands as alleged evidence, and you saw the video.
My hands have been burned to hell and back as I've been typing, because you can beam me through there and through there, and you can get a 3D image of what I'm typing. Because this computer doesn't have a Wi-Fi card, you can't hack it, but you can maybe get a 3D image of me typing. So like we just did that, and did that as an act of pure desperation. And guess what? I feel better immediately. Like, my hands still burn because there's damage. But it's like my body relaxed when we barricaded the shit. And it was like, oh, like relief.
Some of the Dews that she's mentioning that can burn people would be the active denial system, ADS, using millimeter waves to cause intense heat sensation on skin, what you just saw. Havana syndrome is also a result allegedly from Dews, direct energy weapons, often directional, hitting one side of the room, causing to have hearing loss, vertigo, cognitive impairment, and head pressure. And it's also attacking intelligence officers, not civilians or tourists, like CIA, FBI, NSC, and here are the locations: Vienna, Austria, Washington, D.C., and the White House, China, Cuba, Russia. And they've used other Dews, such as the LRAD, on BLM protesters, and it's actually testing on the public isn't even a conspiracy, it's a documented fact. It can cause pain, disorientation, hearing, and damages at high settings, just like they just claimed. Now, the 12 scientists that are missing, there's a 12th one as of today, Joshua LeBlanc. Here's the connection. He was a 29-year-old also working in propulsion energy. His family reported him missing the same morning before his crash, where the car, the Tesla, was burned beyond recognition. And I said, we already know about these weapon systems that can fry electronics as well as disable vehicle electronics.
There we go. That's it.
Electronics. And if you fry electronics, could that cause a fire?
Yep.
And guess what? I'm not buying EVs ever. But what's weird about his death is, look, they're going to investigate the FBI is going to work with Department of Energy and Department of War. Why would the Department of Energy be involved?
And maybe they're trying to cause this problem with the Strait of Hormuz in order to make us think that gas is just going to continue to be too much and I might as well buy an electric car. What if the war in Iran and the Strait of Hormuz being closed down is meant to trick us into just buying an EV so we ain't got to worry about gas prices being high anymore, so they can turn around and control us? What if all of these oil facilities are blowing up mysteriously in order to cause us to have no choice but to buy an electric vehicle so they can do this to us if they need to? Never buy an electric vehicle unless it's your side vehicle or your extra vehicle, because there could be a day where something happens to all the gas pumps where you can't get gas, right? Then you can have an electric bike or electric car to get out of the city. But just remember, they have control over that electric car. So you're probably in more danger than not having gas and being stuck at the house. Because that car, just like he's saying, can just turn around and just catch on fire and then lock you inside of the car. I think I'd rather just deal with my gas vehicle and have to pay too much money in gas.
Tesla was burned beyond recognition. And I said, we already know about these weapon systems that can fry electronics as well as disable vehicle electronics. And if you fry electronics, could that cause a fire? And guess what? I'm not buying EVs ever. But what's weird about his death is, look, they're going to investigate the FBI is going to work with Department of Energy and Department of War. Why would the Department of Energy be involved?
Right.
So you guys tell me, you think there's anything correlating between her claims and the video you just saw and all the information we just learned? Do they think we're really that fucking stupid?
I found out that I was being physically surveilled by the following method. My ex-boyfriend and I realized that people had been breaking into our apartment while we were gone together in the same vehicle. And so like I'm in the apartment, I'm about to go to work, and I'm like, why don't you take out the trash and scope out the parking lot and make sure it's okay before I go to work? So he goes out there and he's like, there's this weird fucking Lexus. It's like a silver Lexus. This is a shitty apartment. Like, why is there really nice Lexus in the parking lot? And it has tinted windows that are not street legal.
Wait, why is a scientist living in a shitty apartment? They don't get paid a lot of money? I just heard her say that. So I just want to stop for a second. She said they live in a shitty apartment. You're a nuclear scientist. You don't make a lot of money? I'm not going to college for umpteen amount of years to become a nuclear scientist, astronaut, or whatever, and I got to live in a shitty apartment. Am I wrong for bringing that up? It just hit me when she said that. What? Why do you live in a shitty apartment? Do they not make any money? I'm not going through all this shit to live in a shitty apartment. I never went to prison. I mean, not prison. I never went to prison either. But I never went to college. And I live in a big ass house. Like, what? Yeah, see, I never went to prison. I mean, prison. I never went to college, and I never will go to college. And I live in a big ass house. And she's a nuclear physicist or a nuclear whatever the hell. And she lives in a shitty apartment. I'm sorry. That just kind of triggered me a little bit. That's crazy. That's how you brilliant and you live in a shitty apartment. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just went off on a tangent. That's crazy.
Claims in the video you just saw and all the information we just learned. Do they think we're really that fucking stupid?
I found out that I was being physically surveilled by the following method. My ex-boyfriend and I realized that people had been breaking into our apartment while we were gone together in the same vehicle. And so like I'm in the apartment, I'm about to go to work, and I'm like, why don't you take out the trash and scope out the parking lot and make sure it's okay before I go to work? So he goes out there and he's like, there's this weird fucking Lexus. It's like a silver Lexus. This is a shitty apartment. Like, why is there really nice Lexus in the parking lot? And it has tinted windows that are not street legal. Like,
someone said it's an apartment because they move a lot. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. Maybe they move a lot. I don't know. I just went off on a tangent, but I'm just like, how are you a nuclear physicist and you ain't got no money? I don't know. I'm just asking. That's crazy. Because I'm one of the people who think church is a psyop, college is a psyop, taxes is a psyop, voting for presidents is a psyop. So I might just be off on a crazy tangent. I don't know.
Just totally dark, totally black tinted windows that are not possibly street legal. And so he comes back in and we're standing in our bedroom window looking at the Lexus and talking about it.
Somebody said, read the comments. If you want me to read your comment, let me show you. You got to put the comment in the super chat like this. So color will be behind your words and I will be forced to read the comments. So just like I read this person's comment, put in the super chat and I will read your comment with no problem. But if you want me to read your comment, you got to put in the super chat because there's too many comments going through.
And I say out loud, maybe we should walk over there later and take a picture of the license plate because the Lexus is across the parking lot from us, but it's backed in. So you can't see the license plate. Within 2 minutes of me saying, hey, we should walk over there later and take a picture of the license plate, we were still standing there at the window looking at it, talking about it. And an Eastern European looking motherfucker with a black beanie dressed all in black in his 50s or 60s walked out of the apartment directly across from ours holding a license plate. And he opened the trunk of the Lexus and he took out some tools and he changed the license plate right in front of our fucking faces.
What?
And then he walked back to his apartment and he put the old license plate on the front patio.
That means they heard them talk about the license plate inside of the car. What is happening?
And went inside, left it outside.
I'm sorry. I got to hear that. I'm sorry. Y'all get mad at me when I rewind stuff. I got to hear that again.
Right in front of our fucking faces. And then he walked back to his apartment and he put the old license plate on the front patio and went inside, left it outside. And it was literally like, come get the license plate. I have more. I have more where this came from. Come get the license plate. And then after that, the Lexus started tailing me. And every time I saw the Lexus, it had a different license plate. It would be like Alabama plates, a different state plate. It would be random dealer plates, none of which were local, just like cardboard temporary dealer plates, none of which were any local dealers. Every time I saw it, it was different plates.
Oh my God.
It would follow me to the gas station to go get beer. I would go get beer at the gas station and that Lexus follows me. And even my ex called an Uber once. He called an Uber. The Lexus pulled out from the spot across the parking lot from our apartment, drove over to our apartment and said, hey, I'm your Uber here to pick you up.
No, come on, man. And for any of you who may say, why didn't her boyfriend just beat up the dude? No, the answer is no. The reason why is the man was able to hear their conversations from inside of the house while he was sitting in his Lexus when he changed license plates. So you don't think that man didn't have a firearm or the ability to do something? I would have broke up with her. I would have been like, you know, you on your own. I'm out of here. What? He pulls around and says, I'm your Uber driver. And he knocked on the door. The man knocked on the door.
Tailing me. And every time I saw the Lexus, it had a different license plate. It would be like Alabama plates, a different state plate. It would be random dealer plates, none of which were local, just like cardboard temporary dealer plates, none of which were any local dealers. Every time I saw it, it was different plates. It would follow me to the gas station to go get beer. I would go get beer at the gas station and that Lexus follows me. And even my ex called an Uber once. He called an Uber. The Lexus pulled out from the spot across the parking lot from our apartment, drove over to our apartment and said, hey, I'm your Uber here to pick you up.
Okay, wouldn't you have a conversation with him and say, who are you? Why are you following us? Why are you doing this? Why didn't they call the police? Like, I just have so many questions. What would you have done? Comment in the comments. What would you have done if this Lexus was sitting across from you and actually spoke to you and says, I'm your Uber driver? Like, what would you have said? Like, I would say something. I'm just so weirded out.
The license matched in the Uber app, but they didn't have an Uber sticker or a Lyft sticker.
What? The license matched the Uber? Yo, what the hell? What? Somebody said I would have ran. Ran where? You're at home. Where you running to? And all they're going to do is find you wherever you go. Bro.
You can't drive Uber if you don't have an Uber sticker. He pulled out of his spot. He pulled out of his spot across from our apartment where he lived and drove over there to pick him up and said, hey, I'm your Uber here to pick you up. They changed the license plate right in front of our face. Like 60 seconds after I said, hey, we should go take a picture of that license plate. And they leave it on the patio, like, take it. We have more. Just take it. Like, He was like, if you haven't had a US government agent come to you and say, stop, shut the fuck up, stop, shut the fuck up. If that hasn't happened, they're going to let you do it. They're waiting. There are SSP motherfuckers that are fucking twiddling their thumbs. Like,
and mind you, this woman is dead. She's gone. Just so you know, just to make sure. Her name is Amy Eskridge. She's dead.
Is Amy not going to publish soon? Gah, we've been influencing this bitch forever. Doesn't she know we want her to publish? Jesus. Like, there's multiple people doing that right now. And on the other side of the fence, there's multiple parties looking at each other like, didn't we tell this bitch 3 years ago that we kill people for this? Is she not listening? What is she doing? She's still doing it? What? We told her we were going to kill her 3 years ago. So I have these two different scenarios floating constantly in my life where I have people being like, do it, do it, do it. You're the one, do it. And then I have multiple people being like, they're going to kill you. Don't do it. They're going to kill you. People don't know what Huntsville is. Huntsville is the biggest fucking deal on the planet that you have never heard of. No, it is. No, like, Huntsville is the Silicon Valley of government national security technology and intelligence community technology and aerospace technology. Huntsville is like the hub. Like, we are number 3 on the first strike launch list. If first strike happens, 3 targets, Huntsville will be one of them. Alabama. This is Alabama, dude, in the deep south. We're in the top 3 first strike.
But
and
you're
it's because
outside
you
the
haven't
class.
heard of us. We're in the top 3 first strike because you haven't heard of us.
Everybody watching, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right here. I mean, right now. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button. A lot of y'all have not hit the thumbs up button. Just
everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
all right, just a little reminder. Hit the thumbs up button.
That's why. It's on purpose. So we need to get that out there credibly before we disclose. Otherwise, it's like Alabama, podunk, redneck motherfuckers. They don't know anti-gravity. You know what I mean? Gah! Yeah, no, dude. I started the Institute for one reason. The Institute. I started it as a public-facing persona to disclose anti-gravity technology through, because I told Mark this. If you stick your neck out in public, at least someone notices if your head gets chopped off. If you stick your neck out in private, fuck you. They will bury you. They will burn down your house while you're sleeping in your bed, and it won't even make the news.
Okay, she has a point, but just remember, she's dead. We know she's dead because we know they, unalived her, but we still can't do nothing. And she's still dead. So somebody said no thumbs up button. If you're watching on your phone, you have to go to the top and hit the heart button. Okay. So the like button, if you're watching on your mobile phone, is at the top or is either at the bottom. Is either at the top or at the bottom. And there's like a little heart button. And just find it. Oh shit. I made a mistake.
As a public-facing persona to disclose anti-gravity technology through, because I told Mark this. If you stick your neck out in public, at least someone notices if your head gets chopped off. If you stick your neck out in private, fuck you. They will bury you. They will burn down your house while you're sleeping in your bed, and it won't even make the news.
Oh, for the people on mobile, just double tap the screen. Just tap the screen. Tap the screen. So everybody on mobile, just tap, 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 tap. Just tap the screen. If you're on mobile.
That's why the Institute exists.
Turns out it's not just scientists in the United States that have been dying lately of mysterious deaths. It's happening in China, too. At least 9 scientists have mysteriously died in China, and the causes of death are recorded as accidents, sickness, or unexplained incidents. Here are some examples. Zhang Daibing, 47, died in January of unexplained causes. He was the expert former deputy director of unmanned systems. Fang Dining, 68, died of an unexpected medical episode in February of 2026. He was a hypersonics expert, studied materials for spacecraft and advanced engines at the Beijing Institute of Technology. Yen Hong died just last month at age 56 of a reported illness. She was in the field of hypersonics research. Some of the other scientists were in the field of military AI, including swarming technology and simulations. Sound familiar? And even their media is calling this extremely uncommon. Mainstream media is already saying that this could be espionage and that scientists have always been a political target, even though there is no evidence to support that. But I have to wonder if countries are actually working together to get rid of their smartest people so that they can't question whatever narrative is to come. What do you-
Damn! I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Damn.
Damn, man. This shit is scary, y'all. This shit is scary. This shit is scary. It's like we're just living in this weird world where I don't know. I don't even know what to say, man. It's almost like in the movie Get Out.
No.
It's like when you finally get to somebody that can answer all of these questions, right? And you're just like, yo, is the government trying to unalive us? Is the government trying to silence us? Is the government actually the ones behind all these scientists dying?
No.
Did the government have something to do with Charlie Kirk dying? Is Erica Kirk a honeypot?
No. Aren't you something? That's not my experience. Not at all.
That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Like, oh my God, man. That's how I feel right there. Yes, they come for all of us. Shit. But before they come for all of us, while we're waiting for them to come get us, make sure to buy your mother-daughter card game because Mother's Day is coming up. Mother's Day is coming up, and I will be sold out before Mother's Day comes. So if you have a wife, if your mother's still alive, if you're a daughter of a mother, if you are a mother of a daughter, if you have friends that you already know always have this mother-daughter problem, always have these mother-daughter problems with each other, make sure to get your mother-daughter card game. You have people in your family. You have like at least about 10 to 15 mothers that you need to buy a Mother's Day gift to or for. How many of y'all, put it like this, give me a number in the chat. How many mothers do you know personally that you would feel happy buying a Mother's Day gift to? Give me a number. How many mothers that you know are in your family or close to you that you would like to give a Mother's Day present to? Give me a number. Is it 2? Is it 10? Is it 5? Whether it's your aunt, whether it's your cousin, whether it's your coworker, whether your supervisor, give me a number and put it in the comments of how many mothers that you would like to buy a Mother's Day gift for when Mother's Day come up. Somebody said 10, 1, 2, 3. Somebody said 5 right here. Okay. So put a number of how many mothers that are in your life that you know of that you would like to buy a Mother's Day gift for. Okay. Somebody said 6, 5. Okay, cool. Okay. So I need you to get your Mother's Day gift now, or you're going to be in the malls shopping for days trying to buy 5 different people 5 different gifts. Somebody said 15. Damn, 15 mothers. Just get your Mother's Day card, mother-daughter card game, or get like 3 or 4, and then boom, you ain't got to worry about no shopping. And this is the best Mother's Day gift that you can ever buy any mother. Why? Because it's a card game meant to help mothers heal from their issues that they have either with their mother or with their daughter. This is their day. Give them a card game that would help them, 1, have fun, 2, interact with the other women that are around them, and 3, most importantly, that will help her sit down with her daughter or help her sit down with her mother and heal from the issues that her and her mother have. We all know that mothers and daughters be fighting, they be fussing, they be warring with each other. Well, this card game will help end all that. And we all know the way we heal is from within. It's from the resentment that we have for our parents. So help that mother that you say you care about heal from her mother and heal from her past. Get your mother-daughter card game. Supplies are going to be gone before Mother's Day comes up. So that's all I have. Let me know in the comments if y'all want me to do a part 2, because as of right now, it might be a 16th scientist that got unalived. I'm not sure, because like I said, right now, I think we are at 15 scientists right now that are dead. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you want me to do a part 2 of this? And get your card game now. Mother's Day is around the corner. Where's the video? Okay.
If you had one wish involving us, what would it be?
That we got along better.
Okay.
The day that you told me, like, I was so happy for you, my mindset toward you completely changed. I think after you had her, you realized like how hard it is to be a mom, and like when you look back at things that maybe like made you mad at me, you realize like, okay, well, that is hard.
I just bought this mother-daughter card game because I came to the realization that my issues with my mom are not resolved, so I decided to do something about it. I just played this card game with my mom and we both literally broke down crying. Here's the card game right here. Buy it. Every woman needs this. You won't regret it.
Everybody hit the like button. 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 If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. What? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. What? Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat.